All right, welcome everybody. Before I start rambling on, let me make sure my audio is on. Mic check. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I'm kind of losing my voice here. Apologies. So, happy Friday. Welcome. This will be kind of a short live. I know I apologize for starting late. I was working on a video and it kind of took a little bit longer than I was anticipating. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out after the live show. I will show a little sneak peek of it here in just a minute. But of course, we're going to be talking more about the Sebastian Rogers case. There's more things that I have noticed. And, it's clear that we need to point these things out. Before we get started, though, we always love to give back by featuring the missing. So today, and I hope I, excuse me, I hope I don't mispronounce her name. It's Kyria Celestin, who's just 17 years old, went missing on December 6th. So that was 2 weeks ago. Missing out of Key West, Florida. In notes, it says that she was last seen in the area of 6100 Block and 2nd Street in Key West, Florida. Was last seen wearing a long-sleeved white shirt, blue jean shorts, white sandals. Boy, that sounds nice this time of year. But it says she has long curly hair. If you have any information, anybody out there in Florida, the number down there is 188-FL-MISSING, which is 188-356-4774. Once again, that's Kyria Celestin, missing out of Key West, Florida. All right, welcome, Mob Crew. Again, thank you guys for taking the time out of your day. Happy Friday and happy holidays. We're going to just go ahead and get right into it. For most of you know that I've been debunking a lot of what came out recently because, I've spent so much time on that security footage. You guys know this. I've spent months, not only just myself, but my community as well has pitched in. And, we've done so much work on that. And, I've literally worked on it so much that I've had dreams about it. Which, literally, weird. But it's just because I've worked on it so much and tried to look at it from so many different angles, and then I've had to stop looking at it and took weeks off, and then looked at it again to see, if I'd noticed something new, take a break from it. But then to see with them coming out with this video and saying this is where the lights are at and everything, and I've already done 2 debunk videos, and then this morning a certain YouTuber that ends with After Dark. I'm sure some of you know who I'm talking about. Literally posted a video, and SF literally said, "Oh, hey, go check out this video. She did such a great job." And she literally just took, part of my video. She didn't actually copy my video. She still did her own work, but more or less just took my work. And just showed one part and said, "See, this proves that this is where the lights are at." So anyway, you're not going to stop me. I'm going to debunk the ever-living shit out of you because it drives me nuts, the fact that you can't admit when you're wrong. I said time and time again, takes a man to admit when they're wrong. I make mistakes all the time, and if I get something wrong, if I say a fact that's wrong, please correct me in chat. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But to sit there and put out this video and say, hey, we did this recreation and this is where the lights were, clearly a biased attempt. It's clearly biased. There wasn't any outsourcing, to check, how they conducted their test. It was half-assed. and I pointed that out. And so anyway, I did another video. If you haven't seen it, again, go check it out. I'll show you a sneak peek of it, and then there's more. As I just keep looking at it, and again, I'm just going off a screenshot, because I only posted a couple of things, and then just chatted for the rest of the time, in their video, which I thought was odd. I would think that, if you've seen me do recreation videos, I go out and I show you like in my attempt when I went out to show you kind of what it looked like with the different walking with different lights, with the flashlight, no edited versions, of course I edited it down so you're not watching me walk all, Anyway, you guys understand what I'm saying. So let's,
This is Sebastian Rogers. He is autistic.
I'm going to go ahead and play.
Since February of 2024. His disappearance was...
And again, I apologize with my voice. It's weird. It's not like I've been talking a lot. Just for some reason, it's just kind of ragged today. So I do apologize for that. And again, we'll try to keep it to about an hour tops. But I promise you, I've got some good stuff for you. But just to kind of let my voice kind of come back, I'll play just a part of the video I put out today. And then I'm going to show you some more stuff, because again, this needs to be brought to light, because this concerns me, because the fact that they can't admit that they're wrong really raises some major red flags. And then for those that don't know, Chris Proudfoot was on a YouTube channel, I believe yesterday. It was posted yesterday. Of course, mad as hell, and swearing and all that stuff. I'm going to play a couple clips from that, because obviously I don't like to, steal other people's work, but I will play some audio from it. Of course, some people ask him a question about the garbage truck lights, and, so glad they did, because, well, I won't give it away. But I promise you, I've got tons of stuff. If you already seen this video that I put out today, I promise you I've got a lot more.
Was, in my opinion, under suspicious circumstances.
And once again, if you can, please hit that like button. And thank you so much. Again, I'm so sorry. I don't know why my voice, I don't feel sick. It just, I don't know.
Just a few weeks later, a clip came out with mysterious lights moving in the background. I have studied and broken down this video along with more clips that were released to the public from the same surveillance camera. But a team consisting of a PI, Steve Fisher, and a few content creators went to reenact what has been dubbed the Mysterious Lights video. This was their results.
We'd recreate something and be like, no, I think that camera needs to turn a little bit this way. And we'd do it and recreate it again and be like, no, I think it needs to turn a little bit this way. And then we'd do it again. Hell, I think we went out there twice, 2 different nights, if I'm not mistaken. Because the first time we thought we had it and then realized that we were wrong.
This is a photo that Fisher released showing how they're positioned the camera. But from this angle, you can already tell 2 giant issues. 1, they did not take the video from the same height of the surveillance camera, and 2, they did not use the same type of camera, just a cell phone. This creates a giant issue, as you now have not accurately portrayed the same angle of the original surveillance video perspective. Here is a screenshot with their recreation. In it, they circle a couple of lights right here. They will claim these are the 2 stationary lights seen in the original. Notice that their perspective is much different from the one seen in the original. You can clearly see that it shows so much more of the side yard of the house from the owner of the surveillance video. This is absolutely an inaccurate portrayal of the original and glaringly obvious. But even after pointing obvious mistakes in recent live shows, they still continue to double down, saying these lights are coming from the street above.
Well, to me, there's nothing better than the ability to do that, right? Because I think everyone questions, could it be someone coming down there? Could it be? But the problem is the angle is just not right at all.
Not for where people were saying that things would come from. We can pretty much take out that backyard area. You know, it's not a common area. I know it's called the common area, but it's not a common area. You can take that out, you know, and it makes more sense what we're looking at now.
Steve Fisher has even gone on to say that this is the correct field of view from that surveillance camera. Notice how it conveniently misses the Proudfeet's home, implying that the lights moving around could not be from anywhere near the Proudfeet's home or backyard. This is absolutely a lie, and in my opinion, they know it. And in this video, I will address this, and so much more lies and deception that has come from this team. Even though I have thoroughly provided legit proof and arguments to show they are clearly lying about their recreation, they still continue to put out this false narrative, which in my opinion is a huge giant red flag. Some on this team could likely be paid by the Proudfeet and allegedly hired to push this false narrative out to masses to confuse the public. As you can see, they claim the picture they took is just next to the edge of the house. They even put a text box claiming as much. This is about the only fact.
Oh, turn my thing down. So, like I said, I'm not going to play the whole video. You guys can check it out. I'm going to play just a little bit more, and then I'm going to, get to the stuff that I got for you guys for tonight's show. Oops. I don't know what happened there. There we go. Quickly, I wanted to shout out Zoo Blues coming with 5 gifted Mob Crew memberships. That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Zoo Blues. You are amazing. If you did by chance get gifted, if you could thank Zoo Blues, that is truly amazing. Yeah, let me play this here, and I want to explain a couple things here.
They put out. That is the truth. We will use this to point out a huge mistake they made. Noticed in the original video, we can see the edges in certain shots of the video, which is important in knowing the field of view this camera has. We will also show the edge of the house that is also in view on the left side of the camera angle. This is done to show how Fisher and his recreation team took their video shot from a cell phone, just parallel to the edge of the home. So here, I show it correctly lined up to where their shot ends and how much they left out on the left side of the home.
And you know what's funny too, that I didn't get a chance to add into this. This is why I wanted to play a little bit of this video. Is I was going to add in, along with the anchor, for those that know what I'm talking about, is so sometimes it's the black truck or the white truck. Obviously, he's got 3 trucks, and I'm assuming at least 2, or if not all, the trucks are, set up to hook up to his boat, right? And you can actually see that his boat's hooked up here. So the white truck in their shot is actually, just not about this. It's not in the same exact position, but it's fairly close, because obviously he backs his boat up into a certain spot. Because let me just show you on Google. Where's Google at? Give me 1 second here. Here we are. So for those that don't know, what he did, so as you can see back here in this picture, because again, I have sources that I speak to. Notice it says November 2007. I know if you're on a cell phone, you're probably like, I can't see that. But you can tell the picture quality is kind of bad. Notice the grass. Look at the driveway. It's much shorter. And then when we get into 2023, look. He added this whole section right here. All of this right here is new. Notice how this looks old, this looks new. He did that so he could, so he's not parking in his boat on the grass, basically. So this is kind of basically where he parks, his boat, and usually there's a truck hooked up to it. So it's usually kind of about in the same spot, more or less. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Original video, the boat is hooked up. It's hard to see, but you can kind of see the boat.
Home. Then see where their shot actually lines up revealing how much of their angle is way off. Here is a drone shot taken to show the edge of the home. Notice we can see 2 garbage cans and an AC unit. This unit is connected to the home and will be what I call
I've got more
an anchor
PewDiePie, trust
for
me.
an example to debunk the
I got
Fisher
more.
Proudfoot team's recreation. This anchor/AC unit will be used as a point of reference. As we know, this object cannot move and is something we can identify in both the surveillance footage.
This is not just random AC unit or central air unit, I guess you could call whatever you want to call it, but more or less same thing. You know, it's not just a random one sitting out there. You can see the box and everything that's hooked up to, and you can see it right here. You see the 2 trash cans, and you can see the AC unit, and you can actually see there's another one. There's a cylinder one, and it's a little hard to see, but that one's right here, right? So everything's kind of lined up where, you know, it normally is, except this trash can in this drone shot, you know, it's not, you know, it's turned to the side, but more or less everything's in its spot.
And the Fisher
We could see the nice white crack, you know, here where they added the new driveway.
recreation shot taken. Also, as we compare the 2 shots,
Boats hooked up.
notice next to the garbage cans in the recreation, we can see the line in the driveway just in front of the garbage cans. We also see our anchor, the AC unit, next to the 2 labeled garbage cans. Remember this.
Oh, thank you,
AC
Wallflower.
unit cannot move unlike other objects in the 2 shots. Now remember, we can see the edges from the original.
So look at where the truck is at and the boat. Look how far back that is. Look how far back that is. Already, you can tell that there's an issue between their shot and the original.
footage.
But
Meaning
trust me, I'm
we
going to go
cannot
over
see
new
past those
stuff
edges.
here in a
It
minute.
is physically impossible to see what's above this. In this original security footage, note where the 2 stationary lights are located, right here, and where our anchor, the AC unit, is located. This is important as now we will overlay the recreation team's cell phone angle. Remember, this is the AC unit. It cannot move. It is what we call an anchor. As you can see when I align and overlay the AC unit /
So see, it's almost, you know, in a way, kind of the same thing, right? You know, he's got the truck, except look, it's a different truck this time, but he's got the boat. But look how much I've got to move this up. Now look, we can see the edge of the frame where the security camera ends. So obviously this is the edge. You cannot see any higher on the security footage than this right here. There's the timestamp. But guess what? When we go to line all this up, guess what's going to go out of view? Now I know we already kind of explained this, but I promise I'll go over new stuff here in a minute.
anchor. Notice how much of their shot is now out of.
But notice, like, you could almost line up the truck and the boat. You know, if they were standing up higher and had it angled down, I would have been able to actually almost overlay it perfectly. But instead, they've got all that stuff up in the back because, of course, they were at a lower vantage point.
The original frame of the
Capturing
surveillance footage.
so much more.
This is honestly quite embarrassing and a downright flat.
So obviously everything up here, I can't see. Can you guys see what's going on up here above the numbers? I mean, do you see lights up there? The mysterious lights are over here. How in the hell are they confusing these lights over here? Sorry, oops, I went back a little too far. This is where they're saying the lights are at, but this is where the lights are at over here. We're lining everything up. You know, it's not like
Honestly,
one
quite
to one,
embarrassing
but
and a
it's pretty
downright
damn near
flat-out
close.
lie. Yet they continue to claim others are pushing a false narrative.
But oh my God, there was something that I discovered. I shit you not, guys. Like probably 30 minutes before the show, there's many things that I discovered. Like I said, I'll continue to tear this guy apart. I will. I will make it my mission until he becomes a big boy and admits that he messed up.
Did that.
Or he's just going to make me think even more that this is, they're trying to control a narrative, which really is, I'm leaning much more towards that.
But you legitimately could not have lined that up any better.
Also notice how far away the two stationary lights are from each other.
Feet
They're at least 60
away.
feet apart.
I didn't make that number up. You can go on Google or Google Earth, and there's this little thing. Oh, you can't see. Well, if I just do this, and you can see it. But you guys know that on Google Earth, or even this, down here, you can see, it depends on what size you have it at. But down here, you have, oh shit, you still can't see it. I'm sorry. Oh, no, yeah, you can. But it's super tiny. But it'll tell you, like, oh, hey, you know, this much here is 20 feet. You know, if I zoom out, then it kind of changes. So anyway, I just kind of estimated, because the lights that they're showing are from this home, but the lights are coming from 1006. You know, figured that out months ago, but, you know, of course, instead of, you know, asking me for advice, you know.
How can this be, you might
need to
ask?
Control the narrative.
Well, it's because they took the shot from a lower angle, and now you see the entire side yard, along with the home above the street. So, what are they actually showing that they claim are the two stationary lights, you might?
And I'm just going to play this part, and then I'm going to show you new stuff, so that way, for those that seen the video, and if you haven't seen the video, again, after the live, if you could, check it out.
I'd ask. Well, it's pretty simple to put logic together, since they didn't use the same angle as the original.
Pretty easy.
So what you are seeing is the lights from the home.
So, of course, this was in my live yesterday. Or was it yesterday? I believe it was yesterday. Or did I take yesterday off? I can't even remember. I think I took yesterday off. Sorry, guys. They're all blending together. Anyway, so my debunk video number 2, right? I showed this. Uh-oh. My chat just disappeared. Where? Oh, come on. How's the stream going? Sorry, guys. I lost you there. That's weird. Everything good? Can I get a thumbs up? You guys, everything good? Sorry, guys. I might have had might have lagged there for a second. Anyway, let me play this while I fix this. Anyway, so in my last debunk video, I had this going, right? And a certain person took this and ran with it.
Above the street on the corner house. You can even see how the lights line up as a fade in and out the overlay. This is a terrible and despicable act to put out a false narrative by a team who literally...
Again, you could see the arch here, and even when I fade in and out, even though this is, you know, we're looking at a, you know, the overlay I have is in July, you can still almost see like some of the trees and bushes kind of, you know, where they would be.
Had a P.I, Shill Fisher, who even though has been debunked multiple times, continues to be caught in countless lies, all in the name of Sebastian Rogers. Shill Fisher literally claims in this post that the quote-unquote lights video was recorded at 5:09 to 5:10 a.m. He was even kind enough to release some footage of the garbage truck going down Kellen Avenue.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get to the new stuff now, but I'm glad we stopped right here, right? Because remember, let's read what he says right here, because I'm gonna rip him a new one right here. Like I said, I went to the store today to get the nails for his coffin. Figuratively, of course. Figuratively. Because, you know, a person like him, you know, God knows what he would do if you say the wrong thing, you know, because, you know, that's the kind of person, I guess, you know, those people are. Anyway, in his own words, his own tweet right here, the lights video is between 5:09 and 5:10. Okay.
He was even kind enough to release some footage of the garbage truck going down Kellen Avenue. Well,
All right, so let's look at the time right now. It is 5:09 and 52 seconds. So it's about to flip to 5:10, right? Oh, I promise you guys, I'm going to tear his you know what in a new one here in just a second.
Let's take a look at that video and point out some very serious issues with Shill Fisher's statement. We can clearly see that it is getting lighter out, and it is not as dark. Note that the time is about 5:09 and 55 seconds, which means it's almost 5:10 a.m., which means the trash truck should be turning onto Stafford Court. Yet there is two major problems. One, if this mysterious lights video is taken at 5:09 to 5:10 a.m., then we should be seeing the trash truck turning onto Stafford in this footage.
Right? Yeah. Wouldn't we be seeing a big old trash truck driving up the road here? Right? Right?
Also note the difference between the lighting in this surveillance footage compared to the mysterious lights video.
And I guess there's like a dome or something that we just don't see over the security guy's house. He's got some invisible dome that blocks sunlight. So unfortunately, these poor people don't get sunlight. I don't know when that imaginary dome goes away, but clearly the skyline, just like the neighbors said, 6 months ago, that they know when the garbage trucks come because it's starting to get light out. But this footage here looks dark as shit. Why? Because it's probably around 3 a.m. in the morning, like we've all talked about.
How come the lighting is so dark compared to the Kellen Avenue footage? Why would a PI allegedly hired by the Proudfoot?
I don't know. Maybe it's the angle, or who knows. Like I said, black holes. Black holes can do some funny stuff. I love mentioning black holes. But anyway, I don't know. So anyway, if you guys want to check the rest of the video out, I promise you it's great. I love to poke at this guy because this guy is, like I said, unfortunately, I think I poked him a little too much because now I notice he's not posting any more footage. But, here in a minute, I have a request if anybody's, if he's watching, prove that you have the footage by just producing a still of one of those security cameras of that street, Stafford Court, around that home with the garbage truck at 5:09 or 5:10. Prove it. How hard would that be? If you got the footage, clearly he's released other screenshots where he's redacted a bunch of stuff. He can clearly do that, right? So then I noticed he talks about, I'm fully aware that two vehicles, both vehicles, I know I mentioned this last live, two vehicles, drivers, during the 3 a.m. hour, which is very interesting because remember I told you that we've only heard about two vehicles, one at 3 a.m. and one that was a little bit later. Again, I don't know exact time, but around 5 or 6 a.m. waiting, to pick up somebody I believe to take to the airport, right? So he's saying there's two vehicles at 3 a.m. And then he goes on to say, I have no obligation to notify law enforcement about my investigation of the vehicles or the individuals driving them. To be absolutely clear, yes, I know the identity of both vehicles that arrived during the 3 a.m. hour. Two vehicles and drivers. Not a big deal. No, it's only on the night that one of the biggest cases everybody's been covering, a child goes missing, and you found two vehicles and the drivers, and you have the audacity to say not a big deal? Okay. Let's use our brain, right? Okay. His words, right? I have to make sure I put up his quotes so I don't have him coming up on a show and saying, "Oh, he said this," when all I'm doing is just repeating his own words. Okay. Once again, remember, the lights video, which has been dubbed, the Nick Barris video with the two lights, that is considered the lights video. That's why he puts it in quotes, so let's not get confused. That video was recorded at 5:09 to 5:10. Okay. All right. Let's look at this footage here and show you guys where this is taken. Okay. This is going down Killen Ave. Because now what happened is this trash truck driver has already gone up the street and has collected the trash. So he's already done this street. So now once he's done, he's just kind of hauling butt now to go up Stafford. So I'll show you a top-down view of that. Not a big deal. Got a child missing under suspicious circumstances. You have no obligation to tell law enforcement. Sounds like bullshit to me. Okay, so that house, it's kind of tough from back here. It's one of these two that you is what we were just seeing. So the route that the trash truck driver takes, because again, I have sources. I've mentioned that many times. And I'm not trying to say that to flaunt that. I'm just saying, because people enjoyed my work and thought, I'm really trying to help. They trust in me. So what the trash truck driver does is he goes up Killen and they collect the trash, right? So he goes up Killen and then there's Devin right there. He collects up there. Then he goes and then, he's done. So they do both sides at one time because they have guys come out. So they do both sides, when they're going down the street. So that's why you see him hauling butt, because they've done killing. Now what he's going to do is now he's going to take a ride onto Stafford. So he is going to turn right where that house has got the security footage, right? Okay, remember, we just saw a timestamp of 5:09 where it's ticking to about 5:09 and 55 seconds. By the time he even probably gets to Stafford, it's already probably 5:10 a.m., right? Sorry, my garbage truck's going a little bit slower than he probably was, but you guys get the idea. Just to kind of show you guys. Now remember, the lights video, just remember, the lights video is at 5:09 to 5:10. Well, I don't know how it can be at 5:09 because by the time this trash truck, unless he's going light speed, it's already 5:10. Again, it's just a minute, no biggie. But, if he's going to, break it down right down to the minute, might as well nitpick myself. Okay, so now the trash truck is going to turn, right? It's going to turn onto Stafford and go up the street. So right now, this footage, according to Shill Fisher, it's 5:09 to 5:10, right? His words, not mine. 5:09 to 5:10. Now remember, we just saw the truck up at Killen. It was about 5:10, so it's probably 5:10 now, according to him. I call bullshit, but anyway. So let's look at this video here. I'm not seeing any lights. Oh, wait, there's a car. Oh, wait a minute. There's a car on this street. Remember this car that we've been trying to figure out because it suspiciously has its lights off? And it was so suspicious that the homeowner himself Well, actually, he sent it to somebody else, and then they reviewed it, and then first they noticed the lights moving, and then shortly after they did another clip where they noticed, oh shit, there's lights turning on right after I see these lights moving. Well, that's odd, why is a car parked, right in the road where there's no driveway or anything, with its lights off, and then, turns its lights on, right? That's certainly not the trash truck, right? I mean, unless it's, like the Predator and it goes invisible, or got a whole lot smaller. Honey, I shrunk the trash truck, because look at compared to this truck, that trash truck got a lot smaller, lost its lights. I guess it broke down right there, Remember, he says this is at 519 to 510. And that trash truck is just around the corner. But I don't see a trash truck. I don't see flashing lights. I don't see flashing lights to the right indicating a trash truck coming. Believe me, as that trash truck came closer, we would see some kind of flash. That it's with how dark it is, because it's really, let's just be honest. It's 3 a.m. It's not 5 a.m. Let's quit BSing ourselves, right? It's not 5 a.m. It's 3 a.m. That's why it's dark as shit. And if a trash truck was coming down, it would be flashing. You would clearly see it. But there's another issue, right? Because this trash truck's coming, right? And it's going to be turning down onto Stafford. And we've got this car sitting there at one point with its lights off, which, I don't think would be a good idea, considering there's this big black dome right there that's, making it really dark right there, even though it's, it's brighter over on Kellen, in Stafford, I guess. I don't know, the sun acts differently around this area on this road here. Anyway, so, what would happen is you would have this big trash truck, hauling, because you saw him, he's going pretty fast. He's going down Kellen. Remember, now it's 510. According to Steve Fisher, Shield Fisher, that trash truck is now coming down Stafford. I've played clips where he said that. That's in my video, right? So this trash truck would have barreled right into that car because he probably wouldn't have seen him because he's parked just around the corner. Or at the very least, he saw them, and we know that these trash truck driver and whoever, because I think he has a helper, we know that they got interviewed. That's why they ended up going and checking the landfill, because one of the guys thought the garbage can was heavier than normal at the Sebastian Rogers home. So don't you think it would be pretty big that, the guy would have said, oh, I saw this car, at 5 a.m. as I was coming around the corner, nearly hit it. No? Okay, now I got more. I got more. Again, this is what happens when you do a half-assed job. I know that he knows that there was a person like me that has been studying the ever-living shit out of that footage. Forwards, backwards, sideways, you name it. And not just me, my community. And so let me just embarrass you some more. I'm just going to continue to do it. Okay. Remember, he says, let me just, just give me 1 second, guys. And then I'll take a break so I can let my voice. Okay, there it is right here. Because we don't. Wait, nope, that's not the one. That was close, though. It's one of these. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay, lights video. Because that video was recorded at 5:09 and 5:10. Okay, remember there was that trash truck that just got done. It's going down Kellen. It's going to be turning down Stafford. I know I've been harping on that. But I just want to show you guys something here. Okay. Nick Barris. Now there's technically there's 4 videos. One of them is really just a zoomed in version of the other, but this Nick Barris one is longer and it's just zoomed in. But let me just show you. Oops, actually, well, I don't know if let me see if I can zoom it in here. Okay, there you go. Okay, as I play this, right? Do you see the number right here? You see this number? Can you guys see this number right here? I can zoom it in a little bit more if you want. Let me just, please put it in chat. If you guys can see that okay. You see that number right there? That's 1 minute and 31 seconds, right? So, we know that trash truck, according to Steve Fisher, which would be reaching about 5:10 now. Oops, now I've got it so zoomed in. Well, we've got a video that goes over 1 minute and 30 seconds, but according to him, this footage is at 5:10. So, where in this footage, where it's zoomed in, and according to them, it's zoomed in where the road would be probably, when it's not really, but it would be kind of like right here, even though it would be going like this. But, according to them, the road, because that's the neighborhood up here. But wouldn't we just all of a sudden see this big, giant garbage truck driving through the field of view? Because he narrowed it down to 5:09 to 5:10. And we've got a video that's 1 minute and 30 seconds long. There should be a giant garbage truck with flashing lights taking up the whole entire view as it went by. There's me digging your grave right there. I'm sorry, that video just popped up, but here's what I'm doing to Steve Fisher right now, metaphorically. Anyway, of course, I would never wish harm on anybody, but again, right? No, and I've got more. Again, I trust me. Just give me time. I will pick him apart. I will embarrass you. All right. Let me digress a minute. I've got another thing to embarrass. It's just truly embarrassing. Truly embarrassing. I mean, it's all embarrassing to me. But again, the fact that they haven't admitted that they're wrong just really raises red flags. I know I've said that time and time again. But doesn't that really make you wonder, like, oh, you know what? You're right, man. We messed up. Yeah, the lights are over there. These lights are moving between what they don't like to be called the common area, but I'm going to now call it the common area because they hate that. So, but we know those lights definitely are not moving on the street. They're way over here, and I've got another thing to debunk. But anyway, so I can get to chat and stuff. I'll let you guys listen to Chris Proudfeet for a minute.
And you're saying that she's not.
I'm absolutely saying she is not out screaming from the rooftops for her child.
What
Yeah,
you don't know happens behind closed doors.
So
Say some
here
shit.
he is on elevated. If somebody knows in chat, please put it in the chat, because I like to give credit where credit's due, right? It's elevated something channel. Motivated elevate. I can't remember. If somebody knows, Chris was on it yesterday or the day before. I haven't had the chance to listen to the whole thing yet. I'm gonna play a little bit so I can shut you guys out. But so you can just listen to Chris if you haven't heard him for a while.
Come out and say it.
Elevated truth. Thank you. Guys.
What are you worried about someone saying?
It doesn't.
I like that guy. He wasn't taking shit from Chris Proudfoot. I'm glad, I don't know where that channel stands. I know some of the people on the channel. I probably, again, but you guys know I'm not drama, so I really don't like to go after anybody, but I am going to go after SF because, if you can't admit when you're wrong, when it's just blatantly obvious, then I'm just going to continue to embarrass you.
How much
problem? Because you all come out and say different things, and you all have your little riddle ways of
hasn't changed a bit.
I think you're confusing us with different people. Never have we done riddles.
Truth out there yesterday or the other day said some stuff about Katie.
Like what, Chris? Open that can.
I don't have the exact quote on me, okay?
Well, if you're going to accuse me on my panel, be willing to back it up.
I am willing to back it up. If I have the exact quote, I would give it to you.
What was it about?
In regards to whether or not Katie was there or...
I mean, that is funny. Let me shout you guys out. Lily, member for 9 months. Thank you so much. Gail, good to see you, sweetie. I know you emailed me, and I'm sorry. I meant to get back to you. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much for the support and everything. You are such an amazing person. Blessed wife and mom, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. You are amazing. Super strong. God bless you. Wallflower, thank you so much for the $10. Is it Mallycat? I'm sorry if I missed. It's kind of hard to see the L's and I's, but I love kitties. Thank you so much for coming. The membership. Zia, thank you so much for the Canadian 20. Lady Tip for Tat, thank you so much for the $1.49. God bless you. Julie, thank you, Chris, for all you're doing to help Sebastian. I'm so glad I joined your channel. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Lady Tip for Tat. Thank you for the email. Gloria S. gifting 5 Mob Crew memberships. That's so awesome. If you did get gifted, please thank them. That is so sweet. Lucky Shot. Scary how many people get mad for supporting you. I don't know, but thank you so much, Lucky Shot. Saucy, pick, and embarrass. I will. How dare they insult us with these fairy tales? Again, exactly, when it's so blatantly obvious. Carol coming in with the $50 super chat. You do amazing work. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Carol. God bless you. You are so amazing. And of course, I forgot to shout out my wonderful mods, Dee, Jocelyn, Jennifer, Sensei. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do. Let me play this for a minute, and then I've got a couple more things. Like I said, we're not going to go too long tonight.
Her going to the school looking for Sebastian?
You mean my question of why did Katie go to the school? Is it because Sebastian had maybe missed the bus and had walked there at some point? You're upset about that?
The way it was projected made it sound like you're questioning why did she even go to the school in the first place?
No, baby.
That's exactly what I was asking. Why?
Because she's a mother who has a son that goes to that school.
Right.
Why wouldn't you go to the school and look for your kid?
I would agree with that.
I
I
Why?
mean,
I would have gone there too.
I would have done the
My
same thing.
question was not my question was there a history of Sebastian walking to school, which is why she first thought, let me go to the school. Now, if you took that as me being disrespectful, that wasn't what it was. It was, why was her first thought go to the school? It's a
Because
simple question.
right, and it's a simple, logical answer to think about too. It
Okay, so
is a
we're
Monday morning. He was supposed to be at school. So, just like any other parent out there who has children, they're going to do the exact same thing.
I mean, if my child was missing, I would be out screaming from the rooftops for him.
Right? Right?
And you're saying that she's not.
I'm
No.
absolutely saying she is not out
No.
screaming from the rooftops for her child.
No. How many? And I've brought this up. I've told you. I've worked with mothers who will go through hell and back. I worked with Candace Cooley. The first time she came on YouTube, the first channel she went on was talking so much mad shit on her and coming up with all these, even started going with the whole, that he was allegedly gay and all this, and had this PI, I don't know what it is with PIs. There are good PIs out there. Jason Jensen, great PI. But there was a fake PI, some of you guys may know, that was involved in Dylan rounds. And anyway, we're not going to mention his name. Is trying to bring up dirt on her. The first channel Candace went on was his channel to not only, speak for her son, but to straighten things out, smooth things over. She ended up continuing going on his show after that, and they I wouldn't say they became friends, but they became cordial. You know what I mean? And she was on my channel a bunch of times. Anything. She would do anything.
What you don't know happens behind closed doors is
That's
our
not
business.
screaming from the rooftops.
Wait a minute,
If no
wait a
one
minute.
can hear her.
The problem is every time that somebody comes out and does something or says something, it gets twisted and turned in such a negative light. It doesn't matter who it is.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter.
It's true,
I
100%.
don't disagree with you on that. But when
I mean, let's-
So once
we can-
again, you're out here saying this.
Hold on. No, I'm out here saying this because I've said that.
Yeah.
Hold on. I've said this to you and Katie personally, have I not?
You have, Truth. And
Okay,
what you don't
and did I not?
understand
Hold
is
on.
you're not
hold on.
here in this.
Okay. Again, if you want to listen to the whole thing, I want to play one thing if I can find it. If I can't, I'm going to show one last thing to you guys, and then we'll go about 20 more minutes or
Katie,
so.
myself, my parents, and God forbid.
It's
Is there anything we can do as a community to sit down with you,
It's their livelihood.
as children? It's where happen.
That hasn't happened. Seeing each other and listening to.
May I ask?
That's what the emails were about. It doesn't. That's not going to answer anything. It's not. X, Y, and Z started. This is when it. And I have a question. No parent.
Sorry.
You sit back.
I'm trying to find where he gets asked about the garbage trucks. I just want to play this part for you guys. Alan, thank you so much, buddy, for the 5 gifted Mob Crew memberships. You've been such an amazing supporter. Please shout Alan out. And if you did get gifted, please thank him. He's always in my shows. I mean, of course, there's so many in my shows, but Alan is an OG. Thank you so much, Alan. But I just want to find this part where they ask him about the garbage trucks.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay. And then I guess would you want to know then what Kate if Katie was taking photos of Sebastian, and if so, where they did she send you a photo of him that night at the Texas Roadhouse, or do you have any idea
Yes.
what those photos
Yes.
were?
She took a photo. Yes. Law enforcement knows exactly what the photo was and who it went to.
So, there's 2 things actually. So they asked about the green hoodie guy. Let me see if I can find it. And the answer, of course, is makes no big deal about it.
What he looks like today.
Hold on.
Taking photos of Sebastian.
Say whatever the hell you want. Fuck the say what
on what that did to you, Katie, and even Seth. But in that footage, are you aware, did Sebastian have a cell phone with him that night?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay. And then I guess, would you want to know then what Kate, if Katie was taking photos of Sebastian, and if
Yeah, I agree.
And I have a question. Nobody needs to answer this. All that Z when it comes to co-parenting.
Sorry, guys. I had just learned about the interview, and I was trying to get it and clip it together, and I was working on something else that I'm going to show you guys to kind of for the finale, to really just embarrass them. But give me 1 second.
May I ask?
That's what the emails were about.
Gatherings for Sebastian, and she gave a FFA award.
Couldn't say why, or I can't remember the exact
I
verbiage.
couldn't tell you the exact date, and I'm still at law enforcement.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And I'm
next to the car, what that actual, like, what was happening in that footage.
Okay, here it is. Okay, so here's the question.
Explain, or can you explain why this gentleman was next to the car?
Sorry, let me back it up just a little bit. I apologize.
I said that in an interview a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement does not want that information out there. I am not releasing it. It's just know the last time I saw Sebastian was early February. Okay. Until I came home February 26th. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, I understand.
Now, this green hoodie guy, do you know anything about that? Can Katie explain, or can you explain why this gentleman was next to the car? What that actual, like, what was happening in that footage? Is that footage correct?
What I can tell you about that is law enforcement has talked to Katie. They've answered. She's been able to answer all their questions. And once again, there is nothing to that situation. I mean, law enforcement even put out a statement. Has nothing to do with it. Has nothing.
Right.
No, that would.
So I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that answer. I mean, that doesn't sit right with me. I would think, obviously people have been, this, I'd say next to obviously the Mysterious Lights video, in my opinion, is the bigger question, because in my opinion, that could show the potential abduction of Sebastian Rogers. And, I was like 80% when I first was breaking down that footage months ago. But after how the P.I. and all them have acted, I'm like 90% sure that shows possibly in the abduction. Talking about the lights video. But the fact that he kind of gives this, Katie knows and law enforcement knows, and they put out a statement, and that's it. Nothing like, couldn't explain, yeah, that was, again, like I said, just an example. That's a homeless person asking for some money or something. You know what I mean? Like, just something like, couldn't you just at least say, hey, this is what it's just an interaction, an innocent explanation. It was somebody that ran, who knows? Some kind of small talk, whatever, But again, that answer doesn't sit good with me.
Be the result of, Seth being so vocal. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, and to be fair, they're saying Green Hoodie's a suspect, Venezuela gangs are suspect.
Yeah, again, I don't.
A local YouTuber / pastor that's a suspect, so they're just swinging out the suspect.
Yeah, I mean, again, I still want to study it because, that interaction is odd. You got to admit, for her to just kind of be standing there for 2 minutes, again, if they just come out with it, an explanation, maybe that would really kind of help. But anyway, they ask him about the garbage truck lights. I don't know if I can find it here again. I'll try one more time and then I'll show this last thing here.
Knows exactly what the photo was and who.
please, by everybody. I am very aware, please, that is there anything we can do?
The other, and we don't know the other.
Truth. To be fair.
Okay.
Not
So
well.
why are
Hold
you
on.
mad
Wait.
at me?
Let me.
Why?
Oh, wait, now
Is
it's too
no.
far.
Is there any way?
Let me go to the end here.
Are you related to the Wells in any?
Oh, actually, I think it's right.
Can you explain why both you and Seth believe that or at one point or another believed the footage to be of a trash truck?
Oh, yeah, here it is. Found it. Okay. All right. We'll play this, and then I'm going to play one more big debunk video that really, trust me, this one's going to be good.
Please bring it. Bring it forward. Let us know.
Chris, what about the trash trucks? Can you explain why both you and Seth believe that or at one point or another believed the footage to be of a trash truck?
Law enforcement showed us a video. Seth has said the same thing. I've said the same thing.
Now remember, Seth said that a long time ago because that's what he was fed.
We all saw the same video.
Here's what I want to say. First of all, I think this.
That's it. That's it. That's it. I mean, I wish these guys would have jumped on him about the garbage trucks because that is BS.
You explain why both you and Seth believe that or at one point or another believed the footage to be of a trash truck?
Law enforcement showed us a video. Seth has said the same thing. I've said the same thing. We all saw the same video.
Here's what.
I mean, he gets real quiet after that. It's like he don't want to say any more. Nothing else. He's just gonna say, "Yep, Seth. Yep, Seth and law enforcement. Yep," and boom, quiet. You could hear a pin drop. One more time, and then I'm going to show you the finale.
To be of a trash truck?
Law enforcement showed us a video. Seth has said the same thing. I've said the same thing. We all saw the same video.
Crickets?
Here's what I want to say.
Anyway. Yeah, that don't sit right with me at all. Okay, let's go with the finale. We already talked about, how this was at 5:10. This poor car that's sitting there, I don't know how I didn't get clobbered, or if, again, this video's at 5:10. Did the trash truck just disappear? I mean, is it just this camera? It just doesn't pick up trash trucks. Other cameras do. Anyway, the last part I've got to just show you guys because this is just truly embarrassing. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. So for the finale, guys, this is what I got for you guys. All right. Remember, they claim these are the lights, right? Okay. Saving the best for last for you guys. And then I'll get to chat for a minute. Let you guys digest this. All right. Okay. Notice the vehicles, right? Notice they're kind of right side, what we'd call kind of right side up. They're kind of flat. I don't know, the right term. They're pretty, well, I guess level would be a pretty good statement, because again, the reason why it's level is because, they took a shot straight on, when really they should have been up higher, taking a shot angled down. But so because of that, this is what happens. I can't wait to see After Dark try to, how she's going to twist this one. So get ready for it, guys. Okay, so here's me lining up those lights, right? Because they think, oh, yeah, those lights look pretty good, Let me just remind you before I play this. Remember, those are these lights here, over here, right? Okay, let me just remind you of that. These lights here.
That's
Okay, here we go. Because that's where they believe those lights are from. So what I did is I overlaid it, right, with the security footage, because if they have the correct view and all that, and that's where they believe the lights, and that looks good. Okay, well let's overlay that. Let's check that out. Uh oh, we got an issue. You see this truck here? You see this truck? Do you notice something kind of odd about this truck and this truck here? You see the angle? See the angle here? See the angle? Because I'm kind of overlaying the their footage, or their photo really, and the security footage, right? But I'm lining it up with the lights because that's where they say they're coming from. Okay, now let's back off the overlay a little bit. Now remember, this is the security footage, the trucks that you see. Notice they're kind of up there, right? Okay, so let's we'll back off the gas a little bit here. Oh yeah, man, that looks really good. Yep, those are the lights. Let's give it a second here. I think I slow motioned it here. I'm sure some of you are already noticing the issue, but it's going to become very apparent here in just a minute. Remember, look at the trucks. Look how they're facing here. Okay, let's take the opacity away a little bit. Let's take that opacity away. Here we go. Opacity is going away. There's the truck. There's me lining up the lights. Remember, there's the vehicle right there. So here's the lights. There's the vehicle. The big glaring issue, if you guys haven't noticed, I don't know if I got to finish this, which is kind of a shame. So I'll just show you guys the issue, because I just realized I don't know if I got to finish that because I was working on 2 projects at the same time. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let me show you the problem here. So there's the lights, right? So if we back off the gas, all right, so let's go back there. So remember, here's the trucks, right, in the security footage. But then if we overlay the video, whoa, wait a minute. This truck is flat. Wait a minute. Everything's flat over here. Look how angled that truck is over here. Look at the difference. This truck is flat. This truck is way up, angled up. Would they put it on I guess it's put on a lift, right? This is what happened. It got put on a lift. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. That's because the one camera is pointed down, so when you try to, tilt it, or, when you're trying to line things up, these vehicles are going to look cockeyed because the camera's angled down. But when you take a photo straight on, everything's going to look level. Again, embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. So I tweeted this out to, SF. So I'm like, man, I wonder why they didn't, because this didn't hit me until I was overlaying the lights. And I'm like, I wonder why they didn't do why didn't they try doing the car? Obviously that's one of the biggest things I would be trying next to the lights is to see, what kind of size of car that is, the length of it, So here you can see right there, I kind of show, here's the lights of the vehicle. Look, there's the lights of the vehicle. That outline is one of the trucks from their straight on shot. The one that's kind of parked the other way, which is clearly level. Yet we got a truck that's up this way, and we got lights facing up this way. I don't know. I don't matter if it's two different trucks. It don't matter about the trucks, man. Look at the angle. Come on. Don't do that. Unless you're trying to point something else out, but please don't insult. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Look at that. That is this vehicle right here, because I zoomed in so I could line up the things. But this vehicle is flat. You can see it right here, because I've got them overlaid a little bit, but we can see the trucks all angled up. How the hell did that happen? Logic, man. Speechless. I'm speechless, guys. I am so speechless. And they just won't quit. And if they don't, I will just continue to embarrass them. I will just continue to embarrass them. It's not hard. When you make it blatantly obvious that things are not right, it's not hard to debunk. And then, of course, I've studied this for months. Thanks, Buckeye fan. Let me get to the final super chats here. I think I got to yours already. Again, Carol, thank you so much. Pamela, thank you so much for the renewed membership. Kindly, thank you so much. She says they say rock on. Haley Shoop, good to see you. Hello, Chris. I hope all is well. Thank you so much. God bless you. I hope I got everybody's. By chance you did a Venmo or PayPal and I missed it, thank you so much. I love you guys. But again, the final message is what I wanted to do, and I just didn't have enough time, is I wanted to put a magician, because you know how magicians, how they work, right? They tell you, look over here while they're doing something down, with their left hand down in their pocket or something, And to me, that is exactly what they're doing. They're trying to tell you, hey, look over here. Don't look over here, where the lights are moving. We don't want you looking at, this unknown vehicle, or these lights that are moving in the common area. Please, I want to get that. I want to get that going. Common area. Hashtag common area. Because we know that pisses them off. But, again, this is supposed to be 510. Again, I'll just repeat myself. 510, right? Remember, it's 510. It's 509, 510. Again, I've got a video. I had a video. I have a video right here. It's not hard to find. It's the same Mysterious Lights video, but just highly zoomed in. It's over a minute, 30 seconds long. So if this is at 509 to 510, we should see a giant garbage truck passing through. Watch out for the car with its lights turned off mysteriously. That's teenagers, I guess. They just park in the middle of the road, on a Monday morning. That somehow, unfortunately, sucks that Stafford doesn't get the same kind of light that Kellen does at 5 o'clock in the morning. Really strange. Anyway, common area, hashtag common sense. 2 words. All right, guys. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Tomorrow, I'm hoping it's going to be tomorrow. I want to do a show for the mods. I'll still do a show. I'm sure I'll find more stuff because, I know SF isn't posting any more videos. I should have probably waited a couple days and let him post some more stuff, but I've noticed he hasn't posted anymore. Even though he's got 60 hours of footage that could potentially show what happened to Sebastian Rogers. But, let's not talk about that. No, I'm going to put out a tweet saying, hey, we need drone operators. As much as I have the utmost respect for people that go out and search for the missing, just knowing how this is a fishy case and how much that they've already searched for him, the fact that he's calling people out to search with drones kind of pisses me off because, these people, if there's foul play or something involved, again, I'm not saying that's what happened, or a potential abduction, I feel bad for these people because they're going to be spending money, gas to get out there, depending on how far they are, spending their money, droning. When we know they have searched massive areas. But again, I will still continue to pick them apart. I will not stop. I will make it my mission because if you can't admit when you're wrong, then that tells me you're trying to control a narrative when you're really just flipping it on everybody else about this whole narrative thing. And you're trying to say, look left, when really we should be looking right, raises major concerns. And with that, I will digress. Good to see you, Gail. I hope you're doing well, sweetie. Again, a huge shout out to my wonderful mods coming in late. But again, if you guys can, try to make some time tomorrow. I'll try to be on a little bit earlier. But the donations that come in tomorrow, we're going to send those. We're just going to pull those together and give those to the mods. We'll just kind of pull it together. So if you can, we're not asking for a lot, but, it'd be nice to pull all the donations together so that way, we could do something for the mods. Because, again, they don't get paid. And there's So amazing to help me out. SL, thank you so much for the membership. Sorry, I got something in my voice all of a sudden. But with that, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. We will be back here hopefully about 7 p.m. Eastern time, somewhere around in there. With that, be safe. God bless you guys. I'm not going to do a pet outro just because I got something I got to do. So God bless you guys. See you soon.